Good morning. It's Monday. My name is Michael Leizerman here with the Trial Guide's Tip of the Day this Monday, August 8th, 2022. Today's tip from Michael Freeman's video, Defeating the Missed Defense. That's the so-called minor impact soft tissue defense. Don't hire a reconstructionist to rebut. Don't play their game. Don't hire a reconstructionist to rebut. There's a lot of wisdom in this short tip today. First of all, in general, to not allow the defense, if you're a plaintiff's lawyer like me, to define what you call the game, what game you're playing, or what sandbox you're in, what ballpark you're at, whatever the metaphor is. Don't let them define what you're going to argue. And, then when we go a little more specific to the crash reconstruction, to think about it, I would never say never. There's times when you might want a reconstructionist to rebut. I'm thinking one that I just hired. But that's unusual, right? Usually I want to figure out how I can work with the defense's theory. How can I embrace their theory and still win, right? Use that actually as an essential part of my theory, what they're saying. And there's also a part of us as lawyers that if we see something that we know, we know we can prove that what they're saying is wrong, that it sometimes, and it may be cautious of checking with yourself, is it becoming more of you just saying, see, I can prove you're wrong, versus we can prove you're right. I had an extreme of this. I don't know, it would be minor impact soft tissue. It was a minor impact quadriplegia death, a MICWID case. I laugh at the acronym, not at what happened. It was absolutely tragic. A truck driver, new truck driver at this company, missed his turn. So in an industrial area, low speed limits, I don't know, 35 or something like that, stops at a stop sign and then puts the box truck in reverse. Doesn't see my client behind him. My client sees the lights are in reverse and he looks to see if there's anyone behind him. He puts his car in reverse to try to avoid being hit, but too late. He's tapped as he's looking back. Instantly paralyzed. His car, he can't move his hands, his feet. His car just goes backward because he had already put it in reverse until it went off the road and hit a tree. The truck driver went up to his door and he couldn't open the door, and he said, "Come on, stop acting." Wonderful man. My client, ultimately his wife was my client, because then he died in the hospital a couple of weeks later. So in that case, I hired a reconstructionist. I want to be thorough, who helped me gather the nearby video to make sure we could show, yes, the truck was backing up, not us rear-ending. But then I was telling people about this case, and some lawyers said, aren't you going to hire someone like Michael Freeman, who's great, a human factors person, someone who could say, they're going to say that the forces of this weren't enough to paralyze him, and don't we have to show that it was the angle he was turned? And so I'm not going to hire anyone to, what are they going to say? It's like the old bumblebee, right? Like the laws of physics say a bumblebee shouldn't fly. Okay. What are they going to say? That this wasn't an impact that was sufficient to paralyze this man? I'm going to hire an expert. Okay. That's what the literature says. Okay, wasn't enough for us to paralyze him. What are you saying? He was driving down the street paralyzed to begin with. Clearly it paralyzed him. He was fine up to that absolute second before the impact. There was hardly a scratch on the bumper. You couldn't tell it wasn't a crash. It was under the 5 mph bumper impact threshold, and that's it. I'm not going to hire an expert. I think we tend to over-expert cases. So experts are important, and I'm also very much thinking about who's my judge and what do I need an expert to get past summary versus what do I want at trial? What can I do to prove my case versus what can be seen as a battle of the experts, which isn't necessarily what I want. It's almost never what I want. All right. Interesting. Ideas about rebuttal and reconstructionists. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's take a deep breath and be grateful to be alive this day, this week. Oh, may we use the time we have today. May we act as people in the world, as lawyers in the world, to help reduce suffering, to help accomplish justice, to help repair the world. All right, I'm going to ring a bell 3 times. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you it's Monday. Go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.